In this video, we are going to take a shortcut to create a logo. You'll see, super easy, and the results are pretty bluffing if you know what you're doing. I'm not gonna tell you more. Hint, we are going to be using AI, and if this is your jam, well, keep watching. Guys, this video is sponsored by Skillshare. I am very proud of my partnership with Skillshare because it pushes me to be a better teacher. I recently became a top teacher on Skillshare, and my commitment for this year, 2025, is to publish a brand new class on Skillshare every single month. This month, I am launching the first class in my Branding with AI series. So it's a brand new class, about an hour and 15 minutes. In that class, I'll teach you how to use AI tools like ChatGPT or other chatbots to come up with really cool business names to name your business. And we'll go even beyond that, not just finding a cool name, but also, crafting your core messaging, the core messaging of your brand, like taglines, slogans, and stuff like that for your brand. Everything will be kind of assisted by ChatGPT, but I will guide you through the best prompt and methodology to get to the result you're hoping for. So that's just the beginning of the class. We'll continue once we have that core messaging and cool name to really work our way up to coming up with a logo. So we'll start by finding some visual inspiration, color palettes, and for that we'll be using Canva a lot and the resources available in Canva. So I'll guide you through that. There's a couple of lectures about that. And then we'll get to the real actual prompting with different image generating tools, including DALL-E, including Dreamlab on Canva, the Canva AI image generator. And we'll see how we can create really good prompts in order to generate our logo with AI, either in Canva or in DALL-E. It really depends on what you prefer working with. Me, in the class, I work a lot with Dreamlab. So this is what the class is all about, okay? Using AI to really supercharge your branding process to come up with a great name and a logo for your company. You'll see it's very fun. I use a fictional business idea, which is not that fictional, something that I have been kind of mulling over for many months now. But you'll see it's very down-to-earth, practical. You can follow along and apply that to your own business. So this is a new class, Branding with AI Part 1, your name and logo. Remember, I told you I partnered with Skillshare, and we have a 30-day free trial for you guys. So if you want to try this class completely for free, using that free trial, I recommend you scan this QR code, okay? So that will lead you to the 30-day free trial, or you can find the link in the description. Just be aware that this offer is limited to the 500 first people who will click on the link or scan the QR code and create their Skillshare account. So 30 days that you can use the platform for free. You can take this class, you can take any class on Skillshare. And there is a bunch of classes about different creative skills. Could be illustration, graphic design, branding, video editing, a lot of things really, and quality classes by quality teachers. All right, enough said. Let's dive into the tutorial, which is a taste of what you will find in the class. There's obviously much more in the class, but this tutorial will give you a taste of what you'll find right there. Again, link in the description or scan the QR code. I will see you there. The very first step in this process of creating your logo is obviously to come up with a business name, if you don't already have one. So in the class, Branding with AI, I actually show you the process from scratch. I start with the business case, tell you about what the business is all about, and then we start using ChatGPT. That's the tool I used in the class, but I could have used Claude, or I could have used DeepSeek, or I could have used, Gemini. Doesn't really matter. Use your favorite AI chatbot to come up with a great business name. So I'm not going to do this in the tutorial, all right? Let's assume we already have a business idea and a business name. So the material we are going to work with today is a juice bar or a smoothie bar. That could be a franchise. So that's your typical smoothie bar that you could find at the mall, or you could find this in a commercial street. So I envision this business as a small locale with 1 or 2 person only working there, with few blenders making smoothies for passers-by. okay? So your typical buy a smoothie and walk away, all right? So, and this business is called smooth operator, okay? Smooth, smoothie, operator, smooth operator. Let's move on to step number 2. Step number 2 is all about doing a little bit of research. We are going to create a logo after all, so we kind of have to be a little bit aware of what's going on in the logo design world. So this step is all about using AI, using ChatGPT, in my case, that's my favorite chatbot, to do a little bit of research about the latest design trend. To do so, I'm just going to start from a Google search, okay? Logo design trends 2025, okay? So immediately I'm finding some results here, 14 logo design trends. I'm going to open this in a new tab, open link in a new tab, okay? What else do I have? Graphic design trends. So this is graphic design. I'm looking for logo design trends more specifically, okay? So let's see, look at here, the top 20 logo trends you shouldn't miss. Okay, that looks good. Let's open and find one more graphic design trend. Let's go to page 2. Why not? Page 2 is also a page, the biggest logo design trends for 2025. So to show you what's going on, I have these 3 new tabs right here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so these are my 3 articles that I just opened from Google, right? And you know, I'm a busy guy. I don't have time to read all of this. They look like some pretty consistent articles about logo design trends, so they look good. They are from reliable sources as well, as far as I can see at the first glance, and they have content, they have consistency. And remember, I told you this was the easy way of creating a logo, or the lazy way of creating your logo. So I'm not gonna read these articles, right? I don't have time for this. I'm going to be using ChatGPT to summarize these articles for me, and more specifically to summarize the logo design trends and explain them to me just a 1 sentence or 1 paragraph. So for that, I'm going to be using the following prompt, all right? It goes like this: summarize the latest logo design trends from these 3 articles. Then I'm going to paste the URL, so URL 1, URL 2, URL 3. For each trend, write a few lines explaining the main visual elements and key design characteristics it uses. And I'm going to start by using the most powerful model I have at my disposal in ChatGPT. I am a ChatGPT Plus user, so that's the paid tier. So I do have access to O1, all right? O1 right here uses advanced reasoning. So I guess this is probably the best way to go about this. So obviously I need to replace the URLs by the URLs of these articles, okay? So I can just simply grab them here, come to my prompt and paste them. So I'm gonna do this for all 3. There you go. And I can now launch this prompt. So ChatGPT O1, the reasoning model, is going to be thinking. You see, it's thinking, examining the design, reading the summarizing, everything. So it's working, all right? So let's not speed up the video. I want to show you the real speed, and I'm just waiting for my outcome. Hey friends, Ronnie here. Okay, so we have our summaries right here. And the first trend is minimalist geometry. Visual elements, clean, simple shapes. Think circles, squares, or triangles used in a straightforward composition. Key characteristics: strong emphasis on negative space, limited color palette, easily scalable for different brand applications. Then we have more trends: bold typography, retro nostalgia, gradient and color transition, hand-drawn and organic, negative space and hidden shapes, abstract line art, overlapping and layered shapes, metallic and holographic finishes, animated or dynamic logos. So one thing I want to make sure of is that these actually come from my articles, right? I don't want ChatGPT to trick me here and kind of imply this is the thing when it's actually not the thing. It doesn't come from these URLs. By quickly scrolling down this page right here, nature-inspired patterns, minimalism, I could see geometric, yeah, I could see some things, but I want to be sure. So I think this is useful. I can work with this, but I think we didn't get exactly what we asked for here. So are these trends actually taken by the 3 URLs I gave you? So I'm just being honest and asking Chatty here if it followed my instructions, right? So it's thinking again. So here it is. Here's my answer. It said, yes, absolutely, these trends were pulled directly from the key points discussed across all 3 articles, and then it cites the actual articles. Okay, below is a quick breakdown of which trend appears where. Okay, so it gives me the URL, the name of the article, and the website. And so there you go. So now I can be secured that these were actually taken from the URLs. It happened to me before, doing the same process, using the same model, O1, that it kind of hallucinated and gave me some trends that were actually not pulled from these URLs. So now that I'm replicating this one more time, for the sake of showing you guys, it's actually giving me the real deal, the real tips, the real trends from the articles. So be careful, always double check. If it doesn't give you the actual information from the URLs, you can try a different model. You can try 4.0, the free model for everyone, and you can also activate the web search functionality to make sure it has access to the web. On the O1 model, you can see that search is unavailable. So I don't know how it figured it out. Somehow it did. So yeah, that's a good thing, but it's always good to double check. Now, let me show you what we are actually going to do with this information. That would be step 3. We are now ready to prompt. So I'm heading to Dreamlab, which is Canva's image generation tool powered by Leonardo AI. All right. So for those of you who have never used Dreamlab, you can find it from the Canva homepage. Last button, it says Dreamlab. So click on that tab. You should have a certain amount of credits. So me as a pro user, I have 500 credits that reset every month. As a free user, I believe you have 50 credits every month. So everybody can use it. Just use your credits wisely. Every time you enter a prompt and you run the prompt, it will cost you 1 credit, okay? And it will generate 4 different images. So this is where we are going to start prompting based on the information we gathered about the logo design trends, right? So we need to build our prompt in a specific way so that we kind of refer to some of the keywords we found right here in these logo design trends. That's why I asked ChatGPT to summarize these trends so I can actually find the keywords that will work in my image generator. Okay, so our business is a smoothie bar, like a smoothie shop where takeaway, you just order a drink and walk away. So it's probably going to be served in a transparent plastic cup, okay? And smoothies are usually made with fruits. So I envision for my first prompt, something in the range of some plastic fruits in a transparent plastic cup. And then I would need to figure out the style of the logo that I want to create, right? That's where this information right here that has been nicely summarized by ChatGPT will come in handy, okay? So we could try different things, and we are going to try different things: minimal and geometric, simple shapes, uncluttered layout, okay? Bold typography, focus on type-driven logos with large, confident letter forms. We could try that, see how well Dreamlab performs with text. Gradient and color transition, smooth color blending to add depth and modern edge, okay? Hand-drawn and organic, okay? Imperfect lines, brushwork, sketchy elements to give a personal touch, okay? I like that. Retro or vintage inspiration, that's also cool. So let's start somewhere. Let's go with retro vintage inspiration. Retro vintage. I'm gonna head back to Dreamlab. And the rule here, as far as I know, with Dreamlab at least, this is not Midjourney, okay? This is not DALL-E. So my experience so far is that the simpler the prompt, the better. Okay, so let's keep it simple. All right, so we'll say fruits in a plastic cup logo. And then we'll start adding the keywords. Okay, so the keywords is retro vintage. So I'm going to copy this, come back here, retro vintage, vibrant colors, hand-drawn. Okay, let's try this. Don't need to be super complex. This is our first attempt. Obviously, this is not going to be the one, okay? This process is an iterative approach. We need to fine-tune, you'll see, but this is a good start in my opinion. So here we have a couple of additional options. You can add an image for reference. Not going to do this just now. We will use that a bit later in the video. Then you can select a style in Canva. So smart will be kind of like the default style, but you can choose different style. You can go cinematic, you can go creative, create some bokeh in the background, 3D renders, etc., etc. So you really have a bunch of different things. For me, I'm just gonna go with smart, okay? So I will let Canva do the thing. I prefer to start as default as possible and then go gradually refining this prompt, but I want to start somewhere. And since this is a logo, I'm gonna go for the 1:1 aspect ratio. The last of the 3 buttons here is your aspect ratio. So I'm gonna go 1:1. I'm gonna launch it, create, and you'll see Dreamlab is going to start generating my images. Okay, so I can clearly see the retro vintage vibe here going on. I have something interesting here. Fruits is correctly written. So, all right, this is a good first attempt. Now, I'm gonna go back to my inspiration and try something else, a different style. So let's try the hand-drawn and organic, imperfect lines. So let's remember these keywords, imperfect lines. So fruit in a plastic cup logo. Let's change this keyword for hand-drawn and organic. Let's put imperfect lines and brushes, imperfect here. Okay, I don't need hand-drawn since I already have that, hand-drawn and organic. Okay, let's try that. So create. I should have a different style. I could have played around with the style as well. So the smart button, change that for something else. Okay, so it's quite similar, but it's a little bit more simple. Maybe I could add something to this prompt right here. Let's add the keyword minimalist. Okay, let's see if that makes any difference. It does make a big difference. You see, it's much cleaner. It's much more minimalistic indeed in its style. Less of my style, but I like the way this is working because I'm clearly changing the style right here. Let's go way down and find something else. Let's go for this more like futuristic, trending gradient stuff. So let's go for gradients from the past 3 years, still going strong. Let's see if we have gradient color and transition. Let's try this. Smooth color blending, modern edge. So again, coming back, and my prompt is still there, fruit in a plastic cup logo. Okay, so all of this, gradient and color transitions, smooth color blending. Okay, let's try this. Nice. Now I have something much more modern indeed. I didn't add the modern twist at the end, but this is quite good. So if I click on one, I can enlarge the visual. So this is more of an image, not so much a logo, but this image looks okay. I could see the prompt and I can start editing this in a design if I want to. We're not there yet, so maybe what we could do now is to gradually start adding some elements to our prompt to see if we can incorporate the text in that logo design. Okay, smooth operator, remember the name of my brand. So to do so, I'm not going to change the actual prompt. I'm simply going to come back to one design that I like, the one that I like the most so far, probably this one right here. This one is cute. It has this nostalgia, kind of vintage vibe, though not sure what fruit this one is. So in order to reuse a prompt from one of the images that has been generated here, you have 2 different options in Dreamlab. The first one would be to use that little arrow right here. You see fruit in a plastic cup, retro vintage, okay? So this one, you can just, by hovering over this arrow, reuse the prompt. So click here, it will just rewrite the prompt in the prompt box. And the second way you could copy the prompt is just simply clicking on the image and you will see the prompt right here with a little copy prompt button. There you go, you have the prompt copied to your clipboard. You can just come here and paste it. So now I have my prompt that I am reusing here. All I need to do is to add that part of the prompt that talks about the text in my logo. So I'm going to be using this text. Smooth operator is under the logo. Could be above the logo, could be to the side. It's really up to you. Under the logo sounds good. I could also try to specify the type of font I would like it to use, but I'm just gonna go for this one for now. Okay, see what comes up. There you go. This one looks good. This one looks pretty good too if it didn't have the smooth here. Smooth operator, it's correctly written. It's quite retro, so this could work. Let's see the other ones. I like that I can go from one to the other. This one is cool too. Smooth operator, correctly written, little R trademark kind of thingy here. This one, not so much. And this one is very simple, but everything is correctly written, even with some nice little vintage thingy right here, kind of like a badge or like, you know, the retro type of logo. So I think the adherence of my prompt was very nicely respected here. in this step, we are going to explore this button right here, add an image, okay? Canva Dreamlab allow us to actually add an image to guide the creation, to use as a reference so that the model understands a bit more precisely the visual direction we are going for. So we're going to do this in two different ways. The first one, when you click on add an image, you will have only one option, style reference. So it references the style from an existing image that I'm going to give Dreamlab. Soon we'll have some more options like content reference uses the shape and structure from an image, and image to image. We'll be able to prompt directly with an image. You see, these two are coming soon. So the only thing I can do so far is to reference a specific style. So I'm going to click on that, and Canva will give me three different options. I can upload an image from my computer. I can upload from my folders, okay? Or I can select from a recent generation. I'm going to click on this one because some of the logos I have generated so far were actually pretty good. So I would like to try this more modern look, but with the words underneath the logo, okay? So I think the best logo I have tried so far in the modern look was this one right here. So I'm going to go for this one, use image. You see, now it's been here. It's my style reference. So I still have my prompt that I don't want to change. I don't want to reuse the retro style. I just want to use this prompt right here. So I'm gonna go and upload this. I kind of lost my text part of this prompt right here. So it's okay. I'm just going to copy this, come back to this prompt right here that has the text part to it. Gonna put it back up. And now I can delete the first part and paste the thing I just copied to my clipboard. So fruit in a plastic cup, gradient and color transition, smooth color blending. And there was another keyword that I liked for the style. Let's go back to, yes, here, modern edge. I'm gonna add this to my prompt. So fruit in a plastic cup logo, gradient and color transitions, smooth color blending, modern edge. Text smooth operator is under the logo. I'm going to go ahead and create and see what kind of result I can get by using a reference image. It should be much closer to what we use as a reference. All right, so we have this. It is modern. It's not so well written here. And this is kind of a hallucination, like a banana raspberry. I don't like this one, but I mean, I like the gradient around it. This one, smooth operator. This is kind of meh. It looks like a pregnancy test to me. I don't know, for some reason. This is okay, but has no text. And yeah, this okay, but no text and weird banana, multi-banana thing going on. All right, so this is not great. I think I'm gonna stick with something simpler, okay? Maybe a different style. This style of logo is probably not the easiest to replicate for Dreamlab right here. I'm not gonna try to refine this. You can try that on your own because I want to show you one final trick, one ultimate hack, the ultimate lazy hack for creating a logo. Stick around. And by the way, guys, if you are digging this tutorial, learning something new with me today, give me a like. This will highly help me put the video in front of more people. Remember, we also have a dedicated channel for everything AI, ChatGPT and AI right now. So I will put a card right there on top of the screen. Subscribe to the channel because soon I'm going to stop talking about AI on the Canva channel. So if you are also into AI, subscribe to the other channel. And I will see you there with some AI tutorials that are exclusively about AI on that channel. All right, that being said, let me show you that ultimate hack I was telling you about. For this, we are going to start from this time, not Dreamlab, okay, but the template library. Okay, so for doing so, I'm going to open a different tab right here. I'm going to duplicate this one simply. Go to the templates tab, okay, and I'm going to run a search for logo fruits. Logo fruits. Okay, let's run that. And immediately Canva shows me some templates of some logos about fruits. Okay, so this is interesting. I'm going to start scrolling and see if there is anything that I like right here. Kind of like the simplicity of this one, happy fruits, stay healthy, kind of like kawaii or cartoon style. This is nice. Let's see if I find something better. This is good, but I doubt that Dreamlab can really replicate something with that much text. So I'm going to try to stay away from something that is too text heavy. This is cool too. I like this font. Could try that. This is very much more modern. Let's see. I'm gonna go with this style, okay? Let's try this. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm simply going to screenshot this design right here, this template. There you go. I can try another one that I liked. Yeah, the modern one, the mango thingy here. Let's try this. All right, I have two images that I'm ready to upload as my references, okay? So I need to come back to Dreamlab. Okay, I'm going to delete this and I'm going to go back to a more simple prompt. Okay, one of these. Actually, this one, not too bad. So I'm going to bring the prompt, fruit in a plastic cup, retro vintage, vibrant color. Let's not put retro vintage. Let's just go without any specific style, like hand drawn. Let's go for hand drawn. Let's go for cute as well. Okay, so fruit in a plastic cup, cute, vibrant color, hand drawn. Okay, that's good. Text smooth operator is under the logo. Now, I'm going to use the add image as a reference again, but this time, instead of selecting from my recent generation, I'm just going to upload a file, okay? And that file is right here. There you go. It is being uploaded right here, okay? And now I can hit the create button and see if Dreamlab is able to really be guided by this template and come up with something similar. There you go. I have my 4 logos. Let's have a look. Closer look. Smooth operator, correctly written. I have my cute little fruits right here. This could be deleted with the magic features, and I go over this in the class on Skillshare. I actually show you from this how you can refine your logo with the Magic Studio. I'm not going to do this in this tutorial, but no, this is in the class. This is good. I like this. I could work with this. Smooth operator, hand drawn. Yeah, interesting. I can also delete this easily. This one, not as fresh as the other one. This one is cool. Smooth operator. Okay, this on top here could also be deleted, but it kind of adds something to it. And the last one, okay, smooth operator. The facial expressions here are a little bit messed up, but I have 2 out of 4 that are decent. So 1 and 3 here are pretty good. Now, I'm curious to see what it would come up with if I upload the other reference, the more modern one, because this one is a bit more tricky. So fruit in a plastic cup, instead of cute, vibrant color, I will put modern, and instead of vibrant, I'll put gradient color and not hand drawn. Just get that out of the way, or maybe futuristic. Okay, let's try this one and we'll wrap up the tutorial with this last example because I think you get the point. You can really easily now find inspiration among the hundreds of thousands of templates Canva has in store for us and really replicate anything really with the help of AI, and it works pretty well. Look at this one right here. This logo is pretty darn good if you ask me. We can see the cup, we can see the fruits, it's modern. There's even a play with the typography here, smooth operator, and the O's here are doing something cool. Really like this one. So yeah, the only thing we need to delete is this little thing right here, but this is absolutely no problem. Okay, let's have a look at the other ones. This one also interesting. The smooth is a little bit of a fail here, but yeah, could be fixed. This one has too many O's. This one, not making it a cut, but this one I'm impressed by. All right, I'm gonna leave it here, but for those of you who want to dive deeper, don't forget the deal that I have for you in partnership with Skillshare. The link is in the description to get access for 30 days for free to Skillshare. So start your free trial, get on the class Branding with AI Part 1 so we can go much deeper. This is what the class looks like. You see 10 lectures. There's also a project. The class project is an important part of any Skillshare class because if you submit your project, probably going to design your logo, you upload it to the project section of the Skillshare class. I'm going to come there and give you my honest review, my honest opinion about your work. So it's not only a free class, it's free feedback on your design. So there you go, guys. You have everything you need to get started. Start your free trial right now, and I'll see you in the class.